one of the questions that we talked about earlier was asking people the right question. And years ago in the 1980s, early 1980s, I was contacted by a Lincoln Mercury dealership. And they obviously, for a number of reasons, weren't doing as well as they wanted. One of them was that Mercury as a brand did not have a good reputation. And when I went and talked to the owner, I said, "What is it that you're trying to achieve?" And I thought he gave me one of the best answers. He says, "See that Oldsmobile Cadillac dealership across the street? I want to whoop his ass." And so he had a very clear objective. So as I started doing research, one of the things I discovered was that Mercury had a very bad reputation as a brand. At the time, hard to believe because Oldsmobile doesn't exist anymore, but at the time, Oldsmobile was considered the most desirable dealership in the United States. Times changed. So as I started looking at this and doing research, one of the things we said was maybe what we need to target are people to whom brand isn't that important. And so one of the group that was women. Women were not nearly as interested in brand. They were a lot more distrusting of how they were going to get treated at a dealership. They were fearful. And they were concerned that they were going to get taken advantage of. And so our advice to this dealer was, you need to build your image around how you treat people. And one of the things that was fortunate was that the guy's daughter was involved in dealerships, so we could feature her in a lot of their advertising as saying, "Hey, we're like you. We understand what it's like to be a woman and to get treated, to feel fearful in a dealership." And interestingly, we were able to dramatically increase his sales. And this is the same strategy that was subsequently used a couple of years later by Saturn when they were trying to introduce a product that no one was aware of. And that is, what can we control? And we can't necessarily control the product, but we can control the experience. And by asking those questions and then looking at those responses, we were able to develop a successful strategy.